me spoil it for you guys. It's $60. These two pieces of silicone and plastic, $60. Now I know what you guys are thinking. This is a first-party case from Google themselves, so it's gotta be worth it, right? Well, yes and no. And guys, this is Google's official case for the first generation Google Pixel Fold. And while it does some things really well, there are also some big compromises, including one design flaw that could leave your expensive foldable unprotected in the worst way possible. Let's break it down. Starting with the materials, and Google did a really good job here. The back of the case, it's a nice, smooth, soft touch silicone, feels really good in the hand. Adds grip, prevents fingerprints, and makes the camera bar in the back completely flush, which I really love. The front of the case is this hard plastic shell. This is here to protect the outer screen from scratches and drops, but it doesn't prevent any kind of screen scratching. While it doesn't feel premium, it definitely gets the job done. Now, installing the case on the Google Pixel Fold is a super easy process. Starting with the back panel, all we do is place it on the back, make sure the corners are all level, and that's literally it. And that brings us to the front part of the case, and you'll notice that there is an adhesive strip on here to help it grip to the front screen, but honestly, you don't even need it. The case stays put just fine without it, and you can take the front protector on and off the phone multiple times and not have to worry about it losing its grip. And for putting the front bumper on the phone, it's pretty simple. It takes a little bit more effort than the rear. I like to start with getting the corners in place here, make sure they're flush, and then we can do the outer corners. And these ones just snap into place, not too big of a deal. And from there, you just wanna make sure that everything is nice and flush. And you'll notice that nothing really moves around. Now, in terms of functionality for this case, Google got a lot of things right, which I would fully expect given that it's their phone in one of their own cases. And being that this is a first-party case, everything is perfectly cut out and aligned, which you just gotta love. We've got a nice little cutout there for the speakerphone. We've got a cutout for our power button / fingerprint sensor, our volume rocker. On the top here, we've got one of our microphones, one of our speakers, and going to the bottom, we've got another set of microphones, our other speaker, and the USB-C port, of course. Now, there is one major problem with this case, and some of you guys may have noticed it already, and it's with the hinge. You'll notice the hinge is completely unprotected. For a $60 first-party case, you would really hope that Google would add some kind of hinge protection, especially given that these phones cost up to $1,900 when they were brand new. There is this tiny little barrier at the top and the bottom, but if you manage to drop this from the perfect angle, you could potentially really damage the hinge, especially if you're dropping it down like this on a really hard surface. Now, this isn't a deal breaker per se, but it is definitely something to be aware of, especially if you want maximum protection for your very expensive phone. And guys, let's talk about the price of this case next. And that's where I kind of lose my interest in this a little bit. And you've heard me mention it a few times, it's $60 for this. And I mean, $60 is a lot of money, especially for a case, but a case this simple, I don't know, that's really pushing my boundaries a bit. And it is a nice case, but it really isn't doing anything special. Now, for $30, that would be pretty much an impulse buy. $40, I could see somebody justifying that, especially given the cost of the phone. But at $60, I'd have a hard time recommending this case unless you got a really good deal on it. Now, speaking of deals, I actually got an insane deal on this case completely out of the blue. Verizon was having a sale for a little while where if you did an express pickup for this case, it was $5. So I had no hesitation buying it for that price. I don't know if that deal is still running. I'll look it up and I'll put it in the comments if it is. But yeah, if you guys can get this for $5, please go for it because it's absolutely worth $5. So is the first party Google Pixel Fold case worth it? If you can get it on sale, absolutely. But at full price, honestly, I would look at better options. But what do you guys think? Do you think Google did enough to justify a $60 price tag for this first party case? Is there another case you'd recommend for the Pixel Fold? Definitely let me know in the comments. And guys, if you found this video interesting, you will love the first video I did on the Google Pixel Fold. Spoiler alert, I bought this thing used for $362. So if you want to see the condition that I picked this guy up in, definitely go ahead and watch the video. I've got it linked up here. But that's it from me, you guys. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a like. Maybe even consider subscribing if you're awesome. I love you. And my name's Dan. I do tech every single day, so I will catch you guys in the next review. Peace.